As the great late Eddie Guerrero always said, lie, cheat, steal. So far, this season of The Voice has been down and dirty. The coaches are pulling out all the stops, and Michael Bublé may just be the worst among them. The coach has garnered a bit of a reputation on the show for lying. Bublé previously claimed that he was on the Titanic. He's also mentioned that he wears a toupee as well. The singer appears to be playing out a character that he invented for The Voice. Still, I couldn't help but do a double take when the coach mentioned his background as an underground fighter. Wait, what? Is this some new hardened background story that we never knew existed? Are we going to learn some deep hidden truths? Wait, he's totally ripping off Fight Club, isn't he? The singer revealed his tragic backstory while trying to get Jameson Puckett on his team. Puckett put on a cover of the Journey classic faithfully. He had Bublé competing against Reba McEntire, and well, Bublé was tired of fighting. I'm not happy, I'm deeply unhappy, because Reba turned 2 and I'm so tired of this, Bublé joked. I truly am. Bublé then explained that he was once an underground fighter. When I was a kid, I don't know, 21, I moved to LA trying to get my big break, Bublé began. I was in this underground club where we used to fight. You weren't allowed to talk about it. That was rule number 1. And now, after that life, and fighting. By this point, dear reader, I assumed that the film Fight Club was actually based on Bublé and his youth. That can't be right, can it? Maybe I was having a stroke while watching the show. But then McEntire called out Bublé on his bullcrap. She had her very own button that plays an excerpt from her 1990 hit single, You Lie. Everyone busted out laughing as the song played. Puckett eventually chose Bublé as his coach, and that's that. But what's up with the lying? There's a big difference between a lie and a fib, Bublé said. And also, you know what? It's humor. I'm just throwing everything out there, see what works. I'm having too much fun. Michael Bublé's debut season as a coach on The Voice has been filled with memorable moments, heartfelt advice, pitch-perfect musical insights, and his trademark wit that leaves both contestants and fellow judges in stitches. However, a recent episode sparked a curious debate among fans and social media circles. Did Bublé borrow inspiration from Fight Club, or was it simply a quirky coincidence that played out in prime time? Let's dive into what happened and why so many viewers are buzzing about this unexpected connection. During a high-stakes knockout round, 2 of Bublé's team members faced off in a heated battle. As the performances came to an end, Bublé stood to deliver his feedback, beginning with a surprising and cryptic prelude. The first rule of The Voice, he intoned, pausing dramatically before continuing, is that you never give away your best moves too soon. This line, combined with his deadpan delivery and a knowing glance at his fellow coaches, sets social media alight. Fans immediately recognized the cadence and phrasing as a playful nod to the iconic film Fight Club, in which Brad Pitt's character famously declares, "The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club." The parallels were impossible to ignore. Both statements are delivered with a similar rhythm, structure, and sense of mystery. While Bublé's version was adapted to fit the context of a singing competition, it carried the same tongue-in-cheek flair that made the original line so memorable. His delivery even elicited laughter from Blake Shelton, who quipped, "Are we fighting or singing here, Michael?" to the delight of the live audience. On the surface, the reference may seem like a light-hearted pop culture Easter egg, but it also hints at a deeper commentary on competition, strategy, and the art of performance. In Fight Club, the rule and the subsequent secrecy speaks to the underground nature of the titular club, where power dynamics and identity are central themes. In the world of The Voice, where aspiring singers are vying for a chance at stardom, strategy plays a crucial role in how contestants present their talents. Knowing when to unleash one's full vocal power or hold back for a climactic moment can make or break a performance. Bublé elaborated on his philosophy after the show. There's a certain magic in restraint, he explained. Some of the greatest performances build anticipation, they don't give everything away at once. That's what I was trying to convey, even if it came out sounding a bit more dramatic than I intended. This playful homage is not entirely surprising for those familiar with Bublé's sense of humor and his well-documented love for movies. The singer has often referenced pop culture in interviews, social media posts, and even live performances. Movies and music are both storytelling mediums, he said in a previous interview. Sometimes, borrowing a line or a moment from a film can perfectly capture what you're feeling. His Fight Club-esque quip may be the latest example of this habit, but it's far from his first foray into cinematic references. Longtime fans will recall his playful nods to romantic comedies during his live concerts and his penchant for impersonating movie characters on stage. As soon as the episode aired, Twitter and Reddit exploded with reactions. Memes depicting Bublé as Tyler Durden, the enigmatic character played by Brad Pitt in Fight Club, began circulating rapidly. One user posted a side-by-side image of Pitt and Bublé with the caption, "Michael Bublé's first rule of The Voice, bring the drama." Another joked, "Is Michael secretly running an underground crooner fight club? Because I'm in." Fans also praised his ability to weave humor and insight into his coaching style. "That Fight Club reference was gold," one viewer tweeted. "Bublé is proving to be one of the most entertaining coaches we've ever had." While the Fight Club nod was undeniably humorous, it also served as a layered piece of advice. Many contestants, especially those new to the pressures of live performance, struggle with pacing and dynamics. Bublé's choice to frame his feedback within the context of a rule-driven narrative added a memorable twist that will likely stick with his team members. "Performance is about tension and release," he explained further. "If you start at the top, where do you go from there? It's important to think of your performance as a story with a beginning, middle, and end." Of course, not everyone was sold on the reference. Some viewers wondered whether it detracted from the seriousness of the competition. "It's fun, sure," one critic noted, "but this is a singing competition, not a film festival." Others questioned whether younger contestants or even some audience members would fully appreciate the reference, given that Fight Club premiered over 2 decades ago. Bublé, however, seemed unfazed by any criticism. "If I can make someone smile while also teaching them something about music," he remarked, "then I've done my job." The moment has also sparked playful speculation about what other rules Bublé might introduce in future episodes. Fans have begun compiling mock lists online, including gems like, "The second rule of The Voice, always warm up before hitting the high notes." "The third rule of The Voice, never underestimate the power of a well-placed falsetto." "The fourth rule, if it's your song choice, own it." Whether intentional or accidental, Michael Bublé's Fight Club reference added a layer of humor and intrigue to an already thrilling episode of The Voice. His ability to blend pop culture with genuine musical insight is part of what makes him such a captivating coach. As fans eagerly await his next move, one thing is clear: Bublé's rule-breaking charm is here to stay.